displease God. Just like the case of our brother Unnamdi Kanu. I don't know whom the president is still waiting for to release him. Who is he trying to please? You know, whatever I'm saying now, they're hearing it there. They're watching it. In order to please some people. Otherwise, why should Sunday Igbo be going around? And then Unnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto prison. The president will want to release him, but because he wants to please some people. Some people had a council. Let him be released, at least with some conditions. Be set free, but go back to London or whatever. The president in your sagacity, we know you have all it takes, the ingenuity for the loquacity. Sagacity for loquacity. Oh, Ramami Ogeju Kuya Odaba. Presidents in this country. And that will endear you to the Igbo boys, to the Igbo youths. Releasing Unnamdi Kanu, and you don't need much campaign on Igbo land. True or false? Those who approve this, wave your hands to the Lord. Amen. What I came here. So that the Igbo youth will not appear being hated. Then the king Darius told Daniel in Daniel 6:16, Daniel, man of God, may the Lord whom you serve continually deliver you.
Private chats and messages asking me why I hate Unnamdi Kanu. And having taken a deep thought into it, I've searched my soul and I asked myself the same question. Why do I hate Unnamdi Kanu? And I have to be very honest with you, my audience and my friends who have raised these concerns and questions. I hate Unnamdi Kanu because I do not understand how a man who was comfortable in the United Kingdom, had everything coming for him, could sacrifice his happiness, that of his children and his wife, and even sacrifice his parents and a lot of loved friends that we have known over the years. Some of these friends traveled with him to Nigeria and they were in his village. And most of them were buried down right inside his house. And I remember when the army started shooting, I placed a call to him, to a friend, because I couldn't get him on phone. And I asked them, I said, these guys are about attacking your house and your father's compound. Can you find a way of escape? And the guy who took the phone to him, and I could hear Unnamdi Kanu right inside the house there saying that he is not going anywhere, that he will stay there and die with his people. And finally, I think they managed to rescue him out of that building by force, and the rest is history. But then I began to think deeply, why I hate Unnamdi Kanu. How can somebody call 80 million people to reason, to tell them, to warn them about impending danger, and they despise him so much? How can somebody educate the Hausa people who joined the Fulanis in 1967 to kill 3 million of our people? How can he be talking about the Benue people and the Plateau who stopped the train coming from the north and removed our people and buried them? How can he want to defend the people who killed Kaduna and Zogu? I just could not understand it. I just did not understand how Unnamdi Kanu was able to find 132 settlements of the jihadists or the terrorists in our territory, and he was calling everybody that had ears to hear that these people have started taking positions around our riverbeds and that an attack was imminent. The governors heard him say it. The elders of Igbo land heard him say it. The shameful senators then They heard him. The House of Reps, people from the Southeast, the clergy, everybody heard when Unnamdi was calling. But nobody paid heed to him. Everybody abandoned him. I could not understand how Unnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that his followers, who were just only holding a flag and a song, were all died right in front of people, in front of children, in front of women. Mothers were crying all over Igbo land as their sons and daughters were displayed on police jeeps and police helicopters as they were drowned in mud water to drink the mud water. I just could not understand how such a person could go board a plane and went back to Nigeria and was arrested because he wanted to save his people. Unnamdi Kanu might have used certain languages that are unacceptable to certain people. But one thing that I hated Unnamdi Kanu for was his love for humanity, his love for justice, his love for equity, his love for understanding, his love for truth. And I remember him saying something which has always been in my heart up to today. He said, no matter how many people believe in a lie, that it will never change to become truth. And what is happening today? The lies that we've told ourselves since 1960, believed by over 200 and something million people, has the lie become truth today? No. All over Nigeria, we're seeing the failing of every infrastructure, every agency, every government department. There's a massive overhaul, over 100% failure in structure, in process and procedures. Nigeria is collapsing right before our eyes. Unnamdi Kanu warned. He talked about the migration of these people who will come to claim that they own Nigeria. Unnamdi Kanu talked about the people who, the Easterners in the military. He told them that they will be targets. And look at what happened with Oba. He was mowed down. He was spied. Disgracefully, a general in the army. And I begin to wonder something. If Oba was Musa, if Oba was Bola, and he was killed, maybe in any part of Igbo land, or the eastern part of Nigeria, will there be anybody left in that village? When nobody was killed, only that ESN was defending the forest, they went into villages, they shot at everything that moved. Another thing that I hated Unnamdi Kanu for was, when Buhari said that there were no Fulanis in our forest, I would have expected Unnamdi Kanu not to set up ESN, but to privately, secretly, set up a structure that would go into the forest and have a party with these same people that Buhari said they did not exist. Buhari wanted Ruga. He was pushing these people into our forest. There was a forensic analysis of all the settlement of these people in Igbo land. It was 132. We all saw it. The map was there. But what crime did Unnamdi Kanu commit? He committed a crime because he was expecting the cowards of Igbo land, the weak men in government, to set up a security structure that will deal with this impending doom. Instead, they wanted to buy Unnamdi, and not the people who had come to buy them. We saw the massacre in Enugu villages. It was evident, it was clear that the governor of Enugu State, who lacked erective testicular fortitude, could not even act. When he called on the 82 division, they could not act. After the activity, they now went to protect the people against a reaction. Now, the terrorists in the north, they called them repentant. They suddenly became repentant. They were integrated into the army. Somebody even boasted, saying that these people can even become the president of Nigeria. Unlike in Julius Caesar, one of them even has become a president. Even if you want to call the person a vice, a third vice, a second man, a second lady, whatever name you want to go by it. But we've seen these same people who sponsored the terrorists in Nigeria holding critical positions. You can imagine a terrorist will come out of the forest with his AK-47. He will have a meeting with the government. and then they will say he's become repentant. They will now officially give him a gun. This is one thing why I hate Unnamdi Kanu for. Because Unnamdi Kanu saw these things coming. And then Unnamdi Kanu, instead of him to just keep quiet, go into his house, take a bottle of beer and sleep, he kept on from night to day. He was in Radio Biafra, speaking, calling, shouting, crying. He had no hate for anybody, any tribe. He only had hate for injustice. He only had hate for lack of equity. He only had hate for those who hated his people. He only had hate for those who did not want to have a seaport, allow a seaport in the southeast. He only had hate for those who did not want to have an airport, functioning international airport in the east. He only had hate for those who did not want to grant the permission for the reconstruction of Imo Airport to an international cargo airport. What Unnamdi Kanu wanted was peace for every nationality. He spoke for the Hausas. He spoke for even the Fulanis that are buying his people. He spoke for the Yorubas. He spoke out for their, even when they had their own agitation, he welcomed them. He spoke to Ganifayemi. He spoke to, FKK. He was his friend. But alas, Brutus. Everybody, they stabbed him at the back. And that's why I hate Unnamdi Kanu. Because he could have just gone in and enjoyed the comfort of his British nationality with his children. Very brilliant son that is doing well. Rather, he took the burden of 80 million people, plus the Hausa people, plus the Yoruba people, plus the Benue people. He cried for them. He wanted justice for all nationality. He wanted Nigeria to function. At the time, he demonstrated for good governance in Nigeria. But what is happening today? The politicians, the same people that he wanted to save, now hate him. They allowed him to be condemned based on non-existent law, but based on hate, based on dislike. And then Unnamdi Kanu is suffering for 80 million people and above. And you want me to like him? I do not like Unnamdi Kanu. I hate him for the sacrifice that he has made, which I don't think I have the courage and the tenacity to do. But let Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the supreme God of Ndi, will be the judge. And let him decide the fate of man. But will all of us that adore him, will we ever forget him? No. Will we ever say in our hearts that there was no man called Unnamdi Kanu? There was a brave man, a hero of his people, a speaker of his people, a man like no other man, a man who told us never to be afraid in the presence of our enemies, that we must be brave. And that braveness is what the Igbo people need. That braveness is what the Yorubas, the Hausas need to confront our common enemy. We are not our common enemies. The common enemies are there. They are the ones who fly around with siren. But because they have used tribalism to hold us, to hold you people to ransom, you cannot think beyond your immediate environment. And you think the Igbo man is your enemy. And that is why I hate Unnamdi Kanu. Because he tried to call your conscience to reality. Let us keep killing our heroes, and we expect freedom, we expect justice, equity. Under which law was Unnamdi Kanu found guilty? Under the law of tribalism, under the law of xenophobia, under the law of hatred for a people that have done nothing to anybody, a people who have always been the victim since 1967.